I'm going to do my best to explain the most recent revelations as they've been unfolding for me around this idea of the patriarchy, the corrupted masculinity. Okay, I don't mean men. I'm not beating up on men. I love men way too damn much. Way too much, okay? I'm not mad at you for existing. I'm so happy you exist for so many reasons. I'm not mad at you. I'm not trying to beat up on men. I'm speaking about an energetic. I'm speaking about a program that's running here where the masculine don't know how to really express its masculinity. And so it causes a lot of problems when it tries to interact with the other energetic, which happens to be the feminine. And this takes me to this slaughter of the Cathars. I'm not over it yet, okay? It's going to be a while. I'm going to be processing this because it was the Catholic Church that slaughtered the Cathars. Why? Because these Cathars were building their light bodies and the Catholics could not control them. The Cathars knew God was inside of them. The Catholics did not want anybody knowing that. The Catholics wanted everyone to be subservient to their church. Subservient to their church. They wanted to be the authority and be in control. They could not control the Cathars and could not be the authority for the Cathar because the Cathars knew the true authority was inside their bodies. That's where God is. So the Catholic Church, since it tried to control it and couldn't, it decided to destroy it. So that's when it set about the systematic slaughter of the Cathars, the carriers of the Christ light. In our society at the moment, if and when I do see a Christ light, it is almost always in a woman or a man who has a very strong femininity. This Christ light, as it has been expressed in my lifetime here and now, appears to be largely relegated to some femininity or that aspect of the energetic here. I'm not saying it's required that way. I'm not saying it will always be that way. I'm saying that's how it's being expressed in this time where I find myself on earth here now. Okay, that's what I'm observing. Now, this takes me back to I myself have been in abusive relationships. Every man that I have ever known has tried to destroy me other than my own husband. Now, they are even people, men that I work with, okay? I evoke rage. And I'm sure it's also because I'm an asshole. No doubt. I'm an asshole. I will always own that. It is true. But it isn't really me being an asshole that upsets them. They kind of like that. They think it's cute. They think I'm flirting. It's whatever. It's the quiet authority that irks them. Okay? It's the quiet authority that I don't care what you think. Your opinion of me doesn't get it. I don't let you crawl inside my body and rearrange things. Okay? I am what I am. They don't like that. So I've been also in these abusive relationships. I'm associating the way the Catholics treated the Cathars, the patriarchy within the Catholicism, the way that they address the Cathars is very similar to how I see masculinity being expressed with the femininity here. Again, the feminine being largely the carriers of the Christ light. In my personal relationships, I have provided a lot of grace. Okay? I can only speak for myself, but I know you other women do it too. I've watched my daughter do it. I've watched my female friends do it. I've seen it everywhere. If I do a 360-degree swivel, I see it everywhere. These women provide grace for these men, okay? They cover over their sins. They hide things. Laura Cleary, I've been seeing her on TikTok, her videos. We see now how much she had been hiding, how much she was covering for Stephen Hilton, okay? We cover for y'all. We run cover. We run a veil, okay? We broadcast grace. It's grace. It's mercy, grace, compassion. We broadcast this light out of our bodies and we shroud you with it. So, for instance, when I was married to the most abusive fuck that I'd ever known, okay, we had a beautiful home. We had a nice in-ground pool. We had a nice vehicles. Everything looked really nice. The house was decorated beautiful. It was always clean. The kids were cute, clean, healthy, strong. Now, you know I did that. I'm the one that took care of the things. I'm the reason the house looked beautiful. I'm the reason the kids looked beautiful. I'm the reason the kids were happy. I'm the reason they were clean. I'm the reason their hair was brushed. Their teeth were brushed. It was me. I'm the reason they were fed healthy food. It was me. It was my effort. that created that beautiful garden, that nurtured and cared for our beautiful garden. It was me, okay? I did this in spite of this man barking and screaming and cussing at me and cussing and barking and screaming at our children and creating absolute hell on earth. This is the kind of man who 3 days after I had a C-section, he's driving me home from the hospital. I had the hospital cup between my legs, sitting, you know, how you hold a cup between your legs. He starts screaming at me on the way home and shoving that cup. He's driving with one hand, using the other hand, shoving the cup into my incision. Into the incision. Where I just got sliced open, giving him a son. So this is the kind of gem that I'm talking about, okay? Nobody would know that he was doing those things if I didn't tell them, and I wouldn't tell them. So if anybody on the outside was looking in, they would see beauty, grace, sustenance. They would see what they thought was a healthy garden. Because I was running a shroud over that, covering for him, making excuses for him, hiding things for him, making it where other people couldn't see what he was, making it seem like he was giving me gold when really he was giving me a tin can. I was spinning it into gold, okay? The gold was me. The reason that people didn't know what he was because I ran cover for him. Now let's take this macro. And I see a lot of other women doing the same thing. Let's back out a little bit. We've got this situation on our planet. There's a lot of evil shit happening. You've got the carriers of the Christ light out here broadcasting light, seeing things that are total shit that should be condemned. But oneness. I love them. I'm going to cover it with love. I'm just going to cover it with love. I'm going to send light into it. I'm going to cover it. I'm going to hold hope, mercy, and compassion for these monsters. That if I love them hard enough, they will heal. If I love them hard enough, they'll stop doing these things. Ladies, if you've ever had a man like the ones I've been describing in this video, when did your love make them change? Ask yourself that question. When the fuck did your high, mighty, and gracious love change anything in them? Almost never. Almost never. Once they get that in their, the idea that I have to control this or I have to destroy it, they set about systematic controlling and destruction, controlling and destruction. They will not stop. And no amount of love, no amount of teaching, no amount of talking, no amount of crying, no amount of begging changes it. Because that's what the fuck they are. But the reason they don't have consequences for what they are is because we run cover for them. We run a shroud for them. We make them look better than they are. Okay, they stink. We're the perfume. That is what has been happening on earth with the Christed ones. We are broadcasting a veil. We are covering their sin by holding this high, bright, shiny love, broadcasting so much light it's blinding. We are providing the cover for their sin, for their destruction. This oneness, I love you so much unconditionally, bright, 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 bright light, no consequences, no, they'll be okay. We just need to keep loving them. We are part of the problem without knowing it, without intentionally being a part of it. We are running cover for them to operate. If we removed our light, everything would be much, much more obvious and it would be seen by everyone. I'm only asking you to consider my words.